What if I told you the single most common piece of advice given to seniors about exercise is not only wrong, it's potentially dangerous? You've heard it before. Maybe from a well-meaning friend, a family member, or even a healthcare professional. Just get out and walk more. It sounds so simple, so safe. But what if that advice is a trap? A comfortable illusion that keeps you from what your body truly needs to thrive, not just survive, in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. Imagine two paths. Path one is the gentle daily stroll. It feels good, but over time you notice you're still getting weaker. Bending down is harder. Your balance feels a little wobbly. Path two is different. It's more intentional. It might seem more complex at first, but on this path you're not just moving, you're building. You're becoming stronger, more flexible, and more stable than you were years ago. The stakes are incredibly high. Choosing the wrong path doesn't just mean slower progress, it means actively moving toward frailty, dependency, and a loss of the independence you cherish. It means a higher risk of the one event we all fear, a debilitating fall. The question isn't whether you should exercise. The question is whether you are willing to look beyond the myth of the one perfect exercise to discover the system that will actually safeguard your future. What you're about to learn could fundamentally change how you view your health for the rest of your life. Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Dr. Goodwell, and for the past 3 decades I've dedicated my life to a single mission: decoding the science of human longevity. Not just helping people live longer, but live better, with more vitality and joy. And today we're tackling one of the most critical and misunderstood topics for anyone over 60, exercise. In the last segment I posed a challenging idea, that the common advice to just walk might be holding you back. This isn't to say walking is bad, it's a wonderful activity, but it is dangerously incomplete. Think of your body like a high-performance car. Would you ever say the only maintenance a car needs is to be driven around the block? Of course not. It needs its oil changed, its tires aligned, its engine fine-tuned. Your body is infinitely more complex and deserving of that same holistic approach. Over the next 28 minutes, we are going on a journey together. We will dismantle the myths, expose the half-truths, and build piece by piece a clear, actionable plan. A plan based on proven science, not fads. We won't just talk about exercises. We will build a framework for lifelong strength and independence. This isn't about becoming a super athlete. It's about becoming fall-proof, energetic, and fully capable of enjoying everything life has to offer. So, if you're ready to move beyond simplistic advice, let's begin. Before we build the right foundation, we have to clear the rubble of a few dangerous misconceptions. The first and biggest is the no pain, no gain myth. Many of us grew up with this mantra, picturing sweaty athletes pushing through agony to achieve greatness. For a 20-year-old training for a competition, maybe there's a sliver of truth there. For a 65-year-old looking to improve their quality of life, it is a recipe for disaster. Pushing into sharp pain is your body's emergency signal. It's a bright red flashing light saying, "Stop, you are causing damage." Ignoring that signal in pursuit of some outdated ideal leads to torn muscles, sprained ligaments, and chronic joint inflammation. This is a critical misunderstanding that can cost you weeks or even months of recovery time, setting you back further than when you started. A much better motto for us is, listen and learn. Your body communicates constantly through sensations of stretch, effort, and fatigue. Our goal is to work in that sweet spot of productive effort, which feels challenging but not painful. Think of it as a stimulating conversation with your muscles, not a shouting match. Misunderstanding this difference is the fastest way to get sidelined. True progress is steady and consistent, not a series of painful explosions followed by long periods of inactivity. So, let's agree to leave no pain, no gain in the past where it belongs. What's one ache or pain you've been ignoring? Think about it. Let's talk about the second major hurdle, the fear of lifting. I see it in my patients' eyes all the time. The moment I mention strength training, they picture bulging bodybuilders and dangerously heavy barbells. They say, "Oh, doctor, I'm too old for that. I'll hurt myself." This fear, while understandable, is based on a profound misunderstanding. In fact, avoiding resistance training is one of the single riskiest things you can do for your long-term health. Here's why. After age 30, we all begin to experience a natural decline in muscle mass, a condition called sarcopenia. It accelerates after 60. Think of your muscle as your body's metabolic engine and structural armor. It helps regulate blood sugar, burns calories even at rest, and most importantly, it supports your skeleton, protecting you from falls and fractures. Allowing this armor to waste away is like willingly making yourself more fragile. The lifting we're talking about doesn't have to involve a single barbell. It can be done with resistance bands, your own body weight, or even a couple of soup cans. The principle is simple. Challenge your muscles so they have a reason to stay strong. The cost of this misunderstanding is steep. It's the difference between easily lifting a grandchild and feeling a twinge in your back. It's the difference between getting up from a chair with ease and needing to push off with both hands. We need to reframe our thinking. Strength training isn't about vanity, it's about functionality. It's about maintaining your power. So now that we've cleared away some of the dangerous rubble, let's lay the first cornerstone of our new foundation. It's not an exercise, but a concept. I call it the 4 pillars of longevity fitness. Imagine a sturdy, beautiful Greek temple. It stands strong against the wind and the rain because it's supported by 4 powerful columns. If any one of those columns crumbles, the entire structure is compromised. Your physical independence works the exact same way. It is supported by 4 essential pillars, and to be truly healthy and resilient, you must tend to all of them. Neglecting even one puts the whole system at risk. These 4 pillars are: Pillar 1, strength. This is your body's armor and engine, our primary defense against frailty. Pillar 2, balance. This is your neurological command center, your ability to remain stable and prevent falls. Pillar 3, flexibility and mobility. This is what keeps your joints fluid and allows you to move freely without pain. And Pillar 4, cardiovascular endurance. This is the health of your heart and lungs, the engine that powers everything you do. The mistake most people make, and the reason just walking is incomplete, is that they focus on only one pillar, cardio, while the other 3 slowly crumble. Over the next few segments, we're going to explore each pillar in detail. We'll see what it is, why it's non-negotiable, and how to start building it up simply and safely. This is our stepping stone structure to a stronger you. Let's dive into pillar number 1, strength. And let's be very clear, this is arguably the most important pillar for aging with grace and power. As we discussed, sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss, is a relentless thief. It quietly steals your ability to perform everyday tasks. One day you're carrying groceries with ease, and a few years later, it feels like a monumental chore. This isn't just a feeling, it's a physical reality. But the wonderful news is that it is almost entirely reversible. You can build muscle at any age. Strength training is the only language your body understands to fight back against this decline. Let me tell you about a patient of mine, a 72-year-old woman named Eleanor. She came to me feeling defeated. She'd had to ask her neighbor to help her bring her trash can to the curb. It was a moment of humiliation that became her turning point. We started her on a simple, at-home program. No heavy weights. Just body weight squats to a sturdy chair, wall push-ups, and lifting soup cans. 6 months later, she walked into my office beaming. Not only was she handling her own trash can, but she had also carried a 20-pound bag of garden soil from her car to her backyard. She didn't just regain a function, she regained her sense of self-reliance. That is the power of this pillar. It's not about aesthetics, it's about agency. It's about having the strength to live your life on your own terms. So how do you practically start building the strength pillar? Let's banish the image of a crowded, intimidating gym. Your living room is the perfect place to begin. The goal is to perform exercises that target the major muscle groups: your legs, your back, and your upper body. I want to give you 3 foundational movements you can start today. First, the chair squat. Stand in front of a sturdy dining chair. With your feet shoulder-width apart and your chest up, slowly lower your hips back and down as if you're about to sit, just tapping the chair before standing back up. This is the single best exercise for maintaining leg strength, crucial for getting up and down. Second, the wall push-up. Stand facing a wall about arm's length away. Place your hands on the wall, slightly wider than your shoulders. Slowly bend your elbows and bring your chest toward the wall, keeping your body in a straight line. Push back to the start. This builds essential upper body strength for pushing doors or catching yourself. Third, the farmer's carry. Grab 2 objects of equal weight: soup cans, water bottles, or light dumbbells. Hold one in each hand Stand tall with your shoulders back and simply walk across the room and back. This builds grip strength and core stability. Aim for 8 to 12 repetitions of the squat and push-up and a 30-second walk. Do this 2 to 3 times a week. It's that simple. Let's move to our second critically important pillar, balance. If strength is your body's armor, balance is your personal ninja reflex system. It's the silent, invisible skill that protects you from the number one cause of injury in older adults: falls. A fall can be a life-altering event, leading to fractures, a loss of confidence, and a downward spiral into inactivity. Many people think balance is something you either have or you don't. This is completely false. Balance is a skill, and like any skill, it can be trained and improved dramatically. Your sense of balance is a complex conversation between your eyes, your inner ears, and tiny receptors in your joints and muscles called proprioceptors. As we age, this communication system can get a little rusty if we don't actively polish it. Just sitting and walking on flat, predictable surfaces doesn't challenge the system enough. It's like only ever reading children's books and then wondering why you can't understand a novel. You have to give your brain and body small, safe balance challenges to keep the network sharp. Misunderstanding this could mean you're one unexpected crack in the pavement away from a serious injury. But by dedicating just a few minutes a week to this pillar, you can effectively fall-proof your life, building the confidence to navigate the world without fear. Let's make sure you're challenging yourself in a safe way. What's the most uneven surface you've walked on this week? How do we train the balance pillar without taking unnecessary risks? The key is to create a safe environment first. Always have something sturdy nearby to hold on to, like a kitchen counter or the back of a heavy chair. Never try balance exercises in the middle of an open room. Here are 3 progressive exercises to sharpen your stability. Level 1 is the tandem stance. Stand with one foot directly in front of the other, as if you're on a tightrope, with your heel touching the toe of the back foot. Hold on to your support. Try to hold this for 30 seconds, then switch feet. Once this feels easy, you can progress by letting go of the support for a few seconds at a time. Level 2 is the single leg stand. Stand on one foot again, holding onto your support. Your goal is to keep your hips level and your posture tall. Aim for 30 seconds. As you get more confident, try hovering your hand just above the support. The real magic happens when you challenge the system. To do this, try turning your head slowly from side to side while balancing. This forces your brain to rely less on your eyes and more on the signals from your body. Level 3 is the heel-to-toe walk. In a hallway where you can touch both walls, simply walk in a straight line, placing your heel directly in front of the toe on each step. This integrates balance with movement. We now arrive at pillar number 3, flexibility and mobility. If you've ever felt a groan escape your lips just from bending over to tie your shoes, this pillar is for you. People often use these 2 words interchangeably, but they are slightly different. Flexibility refers to the ability of your muscles to lengthen. Mobility refers to the ability of your joints to move through their full intended range of motion. You need both. Think of it like a door. A stiff, rusty hinge is a mobility problem. The door itself being too big for the frame would be a flexibility problem. Either way, the door doesn't open properly. As we age, our muscles and connective tissues naturally lose some of their elasticity. If we don't actively work to preserve it, our world starts to shrink. We stop reaching for the top shelf. We avoid sitting on the floor to play with grandkids. We twist our whole body to check a blind spot in the car instead of just turning our neck. Each of these is a small surrender, a tiny loss of freedom. The cumulative cost of ignoring this pillar isn't a dramatic event like a fall. It's a slow, creeping restriction of your life. It's the onset of chronic aches and pains that have no clear cause other than disuse. But the good news is, just a few minutes of targeted stretching can feel incredible and pay huge dividends in your daily comfort and movement quality. Let's make this practical. You don't need to twist yourself into a pretzel to improve flexibility and mobility. The goal is gentle, consistent effort. Here are 3 simple stretches that target key areas of age-related stiffness. First, the cat-cow stretch for spinal mobility. Get on your hands and knees. On an inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest and tailbone, looking slightly forward. This is cow. On an exhale, round your spine up toward the ceiling, tucking your chin to your chest. This is cat. Flow between these 2 positions for 1 minute, It's like a gentle massage for your entire spine. Second, the doorway stretch for your chest and shoulders. Stand in an open doorway. Place your forearms on the frame with your elbows bent at 90 degrees. Step 1 foot forward and gently lean in until you feel a light stretch across your chest. Hold for 30 seconds. This counteracts the slouched posture so many of us develop from sitting. Third, the hamstring stretch. Sit on the edge of a sturdy chair. Extend one leg straight out in front of you, with your heel on the floor and your toes pointing up. Keeping your back straight, hinge forward at your hips until you feel a gentle stretch in the back of your thigh. Hold for 30 seconds, then switch legs. These aren't just movements, they are acts of reclaiming your range of motion. Try one right now and tell me it doesn't feel good. We've built 3 pillars: strength, balance, and flexibility. Now for the fourth and final one, the one most people are already familiar with: cardiovascular endurance. This is the health of your heart, lungs, and circulatory system. It's your body's power grid. If the grid is weak, nothing else can function at its full potential. Your muscles won't get the oxygen they need to work, and your brain won't get the blood flow it needs to stay sharp. This is why just walking became so popular. It's a great way to train this pillar. Activities like brisk walking, swimming, cycling, or even dancing elevate your heart rate and make your breathing a bit heavier. This is the stress that makes the system stronger. But here's where we circle back to our original hook. We've spent this entire video building up the other pillars for a very specific reason. The big reveal, the hidden core message I've been leading you towards, is this: the single best exercise for seniors over 60 does not exist. The very question is flawed. It's like asking, what is the single best food to eat? The answer is a varied, balanced diet. The best exercise is not an exercise at all. It is a system. It is the intelligent combination of all 4 pillars working in harmony. Focusing only on cardio is like eating only carrots. Carrots are great, but you'd become malnourished. Your fitness is the same. So here is the resolution, the grand synthesis of everything we've learned. The best exercise is your own personalized weekly routine that intentionally incorporates all 4 pillars. I call this the longevity matrix. It sounds fancy, but it's incredibly simple. Your mission is to touch on each of the 4 pillars every single week. You don't need to do them all every day. Let me give you a sample template. This is a blueprint you can adapt to your life and fitness level. Monday and Thursday, strength days. Spend 15-20 minutes on your chair squats, wall push-ups, and farmer's carries. Tuesday and Friday, cardio days. Go for a 30-minute brisk walk, a swim, or put on some music and dance. The goal is to get a little breathless but still be able to hold a conversation. Wednesday, flexibility and active recovery. This is your day for the cat-cow, doorway stretch, and hamstring stretch. Maybe take a gentle stroll. Saturday, balance and play. Spend 5 minutes on your tandem stance and single leg stands. Then, do something fun that challenges your coordination, like playing catch or gardening. Sunday, rest. True, honest rest. Your body rebuilds and gets stronger on rest days. This framework is the answer. It's not one single thing. It's a balanced, holistic approach that ensures no pillar is left to crumble. This is how you build a body that is resilient, capable, and ready for anything. Let's put the longevity matrix into action. I want to make this so concrete that you can start the moment this video ends. Grab a piece of paper or open the Notes app on your phone. Write down the days of the week. Now let's schedule it. Maybe you're an early bird. You decide Monday and Thursday at 8 a.m. is for strength. Block it out. Maybe you love the afternoon sun. Tuesday and Friday at 3 p.m. is your cardio walk. Block it out. Wednesday morning is your gentle flexibility session with your coffee. Saturday after lunch is your 5-minute balance practice. The key is to make an appointment with yourself and honor it, just as you would a doctor's appointment. Because this is a doctor's appointment. It's an appointment with me, Dr. Goodwell, and more importantly, with your future self. Start small. If 30 minutes of cardio seems daunting, start with 15. If 8 squats are too many, start with 5. The rule is, something is always infinitely better than nothing. The secret ingredient that makes this entire system work is consistency. A perfect workout that you only do once a month is useless. A good enough workout that you do week in and week out is what will transform your life. You now have the knowledge and the complete framework. You understand the why behind each pillar and the how to implement them. The only thing left is the when, and that is up to you to decide. We have journeyed together from dismantling the myth of a single best exercise to building a comprehensive, four-pillared temple of longevity. We've replaced confusion with a clear, actionable framework, the longevity matrix. You now know that true fitness after 60 isn't about chasing some grueling ideal, but about the consistent, balanced practice of strengthening your muscles, sharpening your balance, maintaining your flexibility, and conditioning your heart. You have the knowledge. You have the plan. The power is now, quite literally, in your hands. Your journey to a stronger, more independent future begins with a single step, a single decision. So, I have a question for you, and I want you to answer it below in the comments. Looking at the four pillars, strength, balance, flexibility, and cardio, which one do you feel needs the most attention in your life right now? Be honest with yourself. Declaring it is the first step toward conquering it. Let's create a community of action takers right here in the comments section. Read what others are writing. Offer a word of encouragement. We are all in this together. And if this framework has been valuable to you, consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss our future deep dives into living a more vital life. Thank you for your time and your trust. Now go schedule that first appointment with yourself.